James Gray's 2-hour-long science fiction masterpiece legitimately made me lose my sense of time, and to me that's never happened before. Hello everybody, my name is Manolo Chibber, and I finally got the chance to watch Astra, a movie that I was highly anticipating. I'm a big science fiction nerd and I love space exploration and all that stuff, so this movie was definitely on my radar for the rest of 2019, and I finally got to watch it, and today I'm going to be reviewing it. As usual, I'm not going to reveal too much about the plot, because I want you guys to have the same experience as I did, totally spoiler free. The director James Gray's previous works have all been pretty much critically acclaimed, and The Lost City of Z is one of those movies that I've been interested in for a long time, and it's his movie, and now I just feel bad because I haven't really watched any of his other movies. Getting into the actual review for this film, one of the most impressive things about this movie is the cinematography by, wait a minute, I'm gonna butcher this, but Hoyte van Hoytema. But yeah, he's the same DP from movies such as Dunkirk and Interstellar, so clearly he has some very good skill in what he does, and in this movie, he just did a beautiful job. This is probably the best imagery in any movie that I've seen since Blade Runner 2049. Blade Runner 2049 and this movie pretty much have the same level of amazing cinematography. I think these two might be the most beautiful films of all time. And guys, don't worry, this isn't just style over substance. This movie has some wonderful, interesting thematic things going on. I love its explorations of themes of masculinity and the innate human nature of running away from problems instead of actually facing them. And guys, you've probably already heard this a lot, but similar to First Man, this is a very introspective, introverted film, and Brad Pitt's character is very subtle in the way that he demonstrates his emotions. His acting is beautiful, by the way. It's one of his best performances ever, and his emotions are very underplayed because he doesn't want to be vulnerable and he doesn't want to be a burden upon the people around him. The character's hidden vulnerability is similar to what you would see in traditional male figures in classical stories. If the manly figure is often vulnerable, it's kind of a threat to the whole family, and this expectation towards men has stayed within our society until now, and it's finally being explored in various art forms. And while this film is a bit introverted, it does feel very mythic, borrowing things from The Heart of Darkness and Homer's Odyssey. And the director himself has actually stated these as influences on the movie. And the combination of the cinematography, flawless CGI, action scenes, sound design, and setting make this, in my opinion, the essential cinematic experience in the year, and yes, even beating my experience with Avengers Endgame this year. And guys, if you are gonna end up watching this movie, I highly recommend that you watch it in the cinemas because it is a mind-blowing experience. Talking about the setting, this film does take place in the near future, and even though this film doesn't always align up with its science, it does feel very real and believable. In a way, it takes our visual literacy from other science fiction movies and space exploration movies, and what it does is it uses it to make us feel more comfortable, or at least made me feel more comfortable and familiar in its world. Another thing that I really love about this movie is that it feels very cynical on paper at least, but it actually brings up the most wonderful and beautiful morals. And when I left the screening, I felt very optimistic, and I felt like I had a positive outlook and a positive experience instead of a depressing one. Now, don't get me wrong, I do love tragic stories and sad, depressing stuff, but what I loved about it is this made it unexpected and unpredictable in its execution, and you didn't really know where the story was gonna go. And guys, somehow this movie made me emotional, and I was tearing up, even though it didn't even try to at all. It didn't feel manipulative at all. It just felt natural. I don't even know why I cried. It just was a very vulnerable moment for the character, and I felt for him, and I just couldn't help myself. Now, if you've gotten tired of me fanboying out on this film, I am gonna be bringing up some negatives of the film, or potential negatives that you might think when you watch this film. And the first one of these is that the movie uses way too much voiceover. I do feel that a lot of this voiceover does need to be there, but I do feel 25% of it could have been cut out. Sometimes it kind of tells stuff that could have just been displayed in the acting, and it was displayed in the acting, but they were just telling us again, and I think that kind of situation could have been avoided. And an issue that a lot of people have had with this film is that they're saying that a lot of the scenes are really pointless, and for me, I can understand that. While you're watching the film, there are moments that you just don't understand why they're in the film, but for me, after I watched the film, I did really understand why the director chose to put it there, or why I think the director chose to put it there. I'm not sure, of course, because I haven't had a chat with them. Overall, from my experience of Ad Astra is a film that will make someone fall in love with cinema, or art house cinema, at least, as it is a big budget movie that you won't typically expect to be very slow paced or anything like that. And I can definitely imagine a younger version of me watching this for the first time and actually deciding to become a filmmaker because of this, and I think this film will inspire a lot of future filmmakers. And as I said at the beginning, I did lose all sense of time while watching this film, and I've never experienced that. If you've experienced that, please comment down below. If you've experienced it while watching this film, please comment down below. I don't know what it is about this film, but I had no idea what the time was or how much into the film I was while watching it. And for that, I have to give this a 5 out of 5 stars. Currently, this is my favorite movie of the year, and I would definitely recommend that you watch Ad Astra. Hey guys, so I hope you enjoyed that video. I really loved making it. I really loved rambling about Ad Astra. This is one of my favorite movies of the decade, I think, and honestly, I had this water filled up, and I kind of forgot to drink it. Normally, I would run out of water, like, multiple times while filming, but this time I didn't. I hope you liked this video. I definitely enjoyed making it. I already said that. I think I'm going crazy, and I'm just gonna shut up now.